when they were come, that he looked on Eliab and said, okay, let me set this up a little bit, sorry, before I get back to it. Samuel came, looking, the Lord led him to Jesse's house, looking to anoint the king. Samuel came up to Jesse and said, get all your sons before me. I'm going to anoint one of them, and they're going to be the king. So that's the preface to where I'm going. And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab and said, surely the Lord's anointed is before him. He looked at him. He said, okay, this kid's a warrior. He's a hunter. He's the big, muscular, best-looking guy you could imagine, I guess, of Jesse's. Jesse brought forth his best first. But God said, I don't know. But the Lord said unto him, Samuel, look not unto his countenance, look not unto his outward appearance, look not how it looks, or how strong he looks, how great of a warrior he might be, how great of a hunter he might be, And, that's how God looks at you. I don't look at the outward appearance. It says, because I have refused him, for the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For the man look on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at your heart. Then I want to skip over to a couple verses. I think we're going to 11 and 13. 11 through 13, excuse me. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel. So he brought all 7 sons. The Lord said, no, I'm looking at their heart. It's not right. It's not where it needs to be. 11. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth the youngest, little 12-year-old David. And behold, he keepeth the sheep. Little old David out tending the flock, doing what his dad told him to do. Doing his job, mind his own business, watching the smelly sheep. I wouldn't want to be a shepherd, That's farming. You think of that stuff. That'd be hard work. Taking care of a whole flock, just a little 12-year-old boy. Keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit till he come hither. He said, I'm going to wait for this kid, because I know that's what God has. Even though it's your youngest, doesn't matter. I'm going to sit here and wait down to him till he gets here. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. Just when David came, Samuel saw him and said, that's him. Right, God? God said, yep, that's him. He could just tell by the way he looked, by the way he presented himself, and he was goodly to look to. So, he's kind of looking, I guess. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. And then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. So, in the midst of his brethren, the Lord chose him before. Okay, picture that. Picture the 7 older brothers with the dad and all, like, little David? Okay. The 7 older brothers saying, why David? Why not me? Their hearts weren't right. I don't want to be a person who says, why not me, God? Why can't you use me? I want to make myself available. I'm available to God. And he knows your heart. But sometimes it's good to say, God, I'm available. Whatever you want from me today, I'm available to you. If you want me to talk to that person who's never, who doesn't have any friends sitting there at lunch, if you want to talk to him, I'll talk to him. Because I'm available to you. I'm available for your witness. For your way, God. I want your will in my life. If you want me to just do a simple little thing like Pastor Joel was kind of saying on Sunday night, if you were there, he was saying, things that just blow your parents away. Go up to them and say, Mom, Dad, I love you. You know, most parents would say, well, what do you want from us? You know, is that the only time we tell them we love them, is when we want something? You know, just tell them to tell them. You know, reach out to them. Just say, God, I'm available to you to reach my parents, to reach my school, to reach my best friend, you know. Anyway, in the midst of his brethren, I was saying, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. And it says at the end there, if you were listening, it said, the Spirit of the Lord came on David immediately after he was anointed. Guys, when you make yourselves available to the Lord, His Spirit comes and it works in you. And He enables you. That's where we can't doubt Him or say, God, I'm too shy, I'm too nervous, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too awkward, I'm too quiet. Whatever your problem might be, or whatever your excuse might be to the Lord, let it go. Become available to the Lord. He can use you. That's all, you know, like I said, He knows us. He knows our hearts. He loves us. He has a perfect plan for us. He's just waiting for us to surrender to Him. Give it all. Become available to Him. And I don't know, guys, if this is any of it. You know, I'm kind of wrapping up. I don't know if it's hitting home with anybody. But that's not what it's about. I did my part. And God's speaking to somebody right now, I know, and saying, are you available? Ask yourself that. Are you making yourself available to whatever it might be, to reach out to whoever, to go wherever, to be willing to say, God, I'd go to the ends of the earth for you. I don't care. We need to have that I don't care attitude, that not the bad apathetic one, or the apathy, saying, you know, that I don't care just because you're rebellious, but the Lord, I don't care what the world thinks of me. I don't care what my friends think of me. I don't care what the world has to offer me, as far as material things, as far as worldly pleasures of the flesh and all that. I don't care. All I want is to be available to you, God, to be used. That's what He wants, guys. He knows your heart, but He wants to hear that. Tell Him daily. And you know, that's basically all I got. And I want to be what's the word? Humbled, or sensitive is the word I'm looking for. Sensitive to the Spirit. And what I kind of want to be, what I was thinking of doing is just, you know, God's raising up His army, guys. He's calling people. You know, he may have called everyone in this room. I know I'm called. I know maybe a few others in here have called to Bible college, called to master's commissions, called to stay home and be an encouragement and be an attendee in the church. What I was saying, being sensitive to the Spirit, what I wanted to do tonight, my message is over, guys. What I wanted to do, and what I'm being sensitive to, as I was saying, is we're joining God's army. He's calling us up. He's raising us up. If you're available, if you're saying, God, I want to be used in my workplace, I want to be used at my school, I want to be used in the midst of my family, I want to be used when I'm out and about town, if I'm walking through the mall, or if I'm walking by McDonald's or something, and there's somebody there and the Lord leads me to go witness to them, I want to be sensitive enough to the Spirit and be available enough for God to listen enough when He's trying to call you, when He's trying to reach you, He's trying to message you, to be sensitive enough to go over to that person, to speak to that person, to be bold about it. So what I was going to do is just, if we could all just bow our heads, we're going to get into